Earlier in the program, we spoke with Yvonne Campbell and we touched briefly on her range of adaptive clothing. Following that interview, I spoke with Yvonne about her business, Special Care Clothing Solutions. And if you have a loved one who experiences difficulty or pain while being dressed, Yvonne has the solution. Yvonne, your line of clothing, Special Care Clothing Solutions, offers a unique adaptive solution for people with limited mobility. What makes it different from other lines of clothing?
Well, Kathy, I realised that people can't go into the store and buy off-the-shelf clothing when their joints are limited with mobility. When your joints are stiff, particularly in the arms, and people cannot lift to get into clothing normally, there has to be another way. Now this looks as though it's normal, all the way, as if it's going to open all the way down. Try to make the design as normal as possible, but it actually only opens to here. It opens at the back. This is a perfect example of the design. This one is the same design as that, looking like it's opening like a blouse normally does, but at the back it opens this way. Secured by tiny little studs that go perfectly through the facility laundry, and it can be then drawn on from the front, so they're not having to lift their arms to get up and go round. And then it's just folded over at the back, as you see, and it's clipped up. So,
apart from ease of opening with those few press studs, what are the other advantages to having this particular design?
the advantages can be if anybody has had a stroke, and again, limited with mobility. So it's for anybody that has difficulty getting into any kind of clothing, whether it be a dress, whether it be the men getting into any kind of shirts. The men, we do a men's nightshirt, we do the ladies' nightshirts as well. But again, it has the opening at the back.
Carers must love this.
They do love it because even of a night time, there's no need to undress or take off pyjamas or anything else. It makes it really easy to change. They just roll them over, change them and fold it back, and everybody's happy.
And the fabrics are easy care?
As far as the fabrics are concerned, I make sure that I buy all these fabrics here in Australia. The manufacturing is done here in Australia as well, and I make sure that the fabric will go through the facility laundry because I realise that the facility laundries are really tough on the treatment of clothing. So we have to be very careful with our design.
I'm intrigued by this all-in-one jumpsuit-like creation.
That's right. What happens with that one, this is to actually help prevent people that like to undress, because that does happen sometimes. People get irritated by their clothing and they need to take it off. The idea of this is it does have the zip at the back, and that actually prevents that happening. It has the top and the bottom. This one is actually in a cotton sports fabric, which is a very breathable fabric, and the cotton is next to the skin. We also do them in a two-tone. So for day wear, you can have a different top to the trouser. People, the nursing staff absolutely love them because they do keep people dry at night and they don't have to change them that often.
You've thought about a lot of different aspects that will suit people who are either aged or perhaps have dementia, joint pain, stroke. There's so many purposes for this type of clothing.
There most definitely is, and I've worked a lot with the nursing homes themselves so that I understand what the carer needs and what's going to be benefit. My whole purpose of the clothing is for dignity as well as comfort, and because you're in a nursing home doesn't mean that you have to get something oversized just to make it easy to get dressed. I've often heard people call and they say, you know, oh, they say, my mother's only a medium, but I really need to get a large or an extra large. In this case, that's not necessary because, as you see, it just comes on from the front. As long as it fits nicely across the shoulders, that's all that matters because this is open. There's no restrictions.
How do people get in contact with you?
I am online. I do have a website where you can actually order online, or they can call me on 1300 780 755 for personal contact. I can talk them through any of the products, any of the designs, and help them make a decision as to whether it's what they want or not. And also, I don't ask them specifically to pay up front. I'm quite happy to send them the product for them to have a look at it. And then if they like it, an invoice is in there and they can pay the invoice.
Thank you, Yvonne Campbell from
All right.
Special Care Clothing Solutions.
Thank you for your time, Kathy.